Before I start the video, I kindly request that you refrain from giving any attention to Nondi, OwONekko. It's not that I don't trust you not to harass her, but I simply do not want her to continue this inappropriate behavior as a result of receiving attention from videos like this. Thank you. I want to give a quick warning that this is not like my usual content, as this is more of a controversy commentary video, and if you don't like videos like this, then I recommend you go watch my other videos since I haven't made any like this. I don't think I will continue to make others like this unless there's like some other art community drama that I'm like interested in. But yeah, this isn't like my usual videos, and I'm not the most equipped person to talk about this because I'm just some like little old art YouTuber, right? I'm not like even included in the drama in any way, but as a transgender male, you'll see how that's important later, and a artist on YouTube who's also a person of color, I felt like I should put my take into the hat or something, whatever they say. So without further ado, let's begin the video. Recently, there's been some controversy surrounding a lesser-known YouTuber. Let me introduce you to Nondi, also known as OwONekko online. I discovered her videos through a friend and appreciate her contribution to the art community on YouTube, which is often dominated by non-people of color creators. However, things took a turn when she created a playlist of AI-generated music from a company accused of stealing from artists. As an art YouTuber myself, I decided to make a video about her. While there's a possibility she may react negatively, I'm not afraid. She made a mistake, and I have the right to share my opinion. Although I don't consider myself a commentary YouTuber, check out Jaws if you're interested in similar content. And if Nondi comes across this, I want to make it clear that my fans are not a hive mind. They won't blindly attack anyone because of an opinion. They also won't intentionally misgender anyone due to a disagreement. So I won't tolerate any attempts to label me or my fans in a negative light. Let us get to Nondi's story. About 2 weeks ago, she posted a video consisting of AI-generated songs she and her partner created as a joke. Understandably, her fans were disappointed given the issues surrounding AI and artist rights. In response, she uploaded a 30-minute video largely repeating the same points. In it, she addresses a comment from a larger creator we'll call Anonymous. The comment reads, "With peace and love, using generative AI to create music is just as harmful to artists as using it to create illustrations." Then she says how she doesn't think the way she used AI is harmful, so she was using it to be playful and for personal use. She says, "When we made these songs, we were thinking in the moment of fun and of memories we could share together. Of course, there are always going to be people who use it for bad purposes." She claims that using AI for fun and entertainment is her motivation, but that's not the issue people are upset about. I fail to see how she thinks saying stealing is wrong and you can use AI in the same sentence is productive for her. That's simply not true because AI involves art theft. If there is an AI program that only uses art with artist consent, then I challenge anyone to show me right now. That would be incredible, but that's not what her AI program's doing. The software she used to create music, Suno AI, does not specify where they source their music from, so although I'm not accusing them of stealing music, it's hardly probable. In fact, Suno is currently facing a lawsuit for this very reason. And while nothing is confirmed, if Nondi truly wanted to avoid AI stealing from other artists, then shouldn't she have used a more reliable AI program that uses music from legitimate sources? For example, I use Grammarly for my writing, but Grammarly trains its AI based on the user's writing patterns. That's the whole purpose of the app. It doesn't plagiarize anyone, which is why I trust and utilize it. She decided to use a program that likely uses copyrighted music, therefore robbing artists of their work. The most ironic part of her response to the criticism is her claim that AI helps her to be authentic and true to herself. Come on, seriously? The entire point of music AI is that it plagiarizes from artists. You're not being authentic, you're just stealing from people. The most distasteful aspect of this video is how she took the incredibly respectful comment from Anonymous and insinuated that they were targeting her, when in reality, if Nondi hadn't made a response video, hadn't misgendered Anonymous, and hadn't replied to any comments, no one would have cared about this. I wouldn't even be making this video. In a way, I'm glad I get to see her true colors so I can consciously decide not to support her. She begins labeling anyone who dislikes AI as uneducated. If you dislike AI, chances are you're probably more knowledgeable than Nondi. You comprehend the impact and repercussions that it has on artists striving to establish themselves in an industry they love. You recognize that most generative AI is derived from somewhere without proper authorization. Her final remark on this matter is that AI is a tool and it's here to stay. I can somewhat understand that perspective. I mean, you could use AI for references, even though it's just a lot better to use it from, like, images that are allowed to be used, like from references, like from places on Pinterest or websites or Instagram pages, but of course, you know, you can use it you want. I don't mind. But the thing is, she didn't use AI as a tool. She used it to literally create the music that she's profiting off of. That's the whole point. That's why people are mad at you, Nondi, because you didn't use it as a tool. You just used it as AI. That's what you're using it as. You're using it to steal from other artists. And that's exactly the kind of art theft she's discussing in her video. The next chapter of this video I like to call Nondi's response, and oh god is it bad. This is really, really bad, guys. The first thing we'll talk about is her YouTube comments, and before we get into this part, I want to say that I do think it's okay to delete criticism from your comment section, as long as you're not, openly saying that you're open to criticism, which is what Nondi did. But, if you say that you don't want criticism, you're allowed to get rid of it, as long as it's, actually being, rude or just being bad. But since, her criticism mostly isn't, and it's people giving her genuine reasons why she shouldn't use AI and how she's being disrespectful, it's weird, because she's deleting comments from her comment section where she wants people to discuss, the matter she talks about. And quick trigger warning for transphobia in these parts of the video. I'll label it as a chapter in the description, so you can just click on the description and go, past it later if you want, because I know a lot of people are triggered by that, and that's okay. You can skip that. I really don't mind. And how do I know she's deleting YouTube comments? If you simply just, oh my god, if you look at her YouTube comment section for even a millisecond, you'll see that there are way too many nice and politeful comments to be real comments. Either it's her friends commenting or she's just deleting comments, because you are genuinely delusional if you believe what she's gonna do next is okay for a human being to do. Some people, such as a YouTuber I'll talk about later, Jouusta, pointed out how she chose to monetize the video, which I don't have monetization on yet, so I don't really know this for sure, but I've seen it before. I'm pretty sure that it asks you if you want to monetize the video, so I'm pretty sure it's not an automatic thing. So, she chose to monetize that. She clicked that button. She said, I want to make money off of this, which is weird. And her response to that kind of criticism was that she was profiting off of the entertainment of the video. But if you're making a playlist, isn't the entertainment for the video supposed to be the music? Right? And the music is AI generated, which means you didn't make it, which means you are profiting off of the work that the AI made. Another great point she said was that if an artist just decided to make, an artist, in quotes, decided to just make a bunch of photos made by AI that are 2D illustrations and post them on YouTube and monetized it, would that be okay? And Nondi didn't even respond to that point. I want to give you guys an example that maybe you can relate to. For example, The Living Tombstone made a remix of the song Poison from Hazbin Hotel, and you might be thinking, well, they shouldn't monetize after that because they didn't even make the original one. But I think they should monetize off it because they added in the background clips from the show, they added their own beats, they added a new part to the chorus, they added new things to it. Nondi, you weren't adding anything to it, it just was created by a robot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Her Twitter. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is horrible, dude. This is so bad. Before I show you her responses on Twitter, I want to remind you that Nondi is a grown woman, probably in her late 20s to early 30s, and this is how she is responding to criticism. Yes, this is how she's responding. So mature of you, Nondi. The first thing she posted on Twitter regarding the situation was a tweet that said, "They mad 'cause it's blinding, don't dim your light for anybody," which is a really good quote if it wasn't about literally just stealing art from artists! She deleted it promptly afterwards, but for better or for worse, the responses to it are still up. A lot of people were rightfully saying how they used to look up to her, but now they're ashamed and disappointed. Others were simply trying to educate her. And here's how she decides to respond.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
No, unfortunately, I am not joking. I'm not joking. She responds with freaking, meme images to people giving her genuine criticism and advice. How, oh my god, how immature do you have to be to do that? It's just like a child. I am unfortunately still suffering through the public education system, and that's something that literally one of the annoying, sweaty football kids in my class would do. That's something that you're being compared to teenage boys. Think about that. Think about that, Nondi. Again, this part has a trigger warning for transphobia, so if you're uncomfortable with that, just skip this part. Right? I'll have the time skip up here. But so she would mention Anonymous in her tweets, and she would repeatedly misgender him because the anonymous person uses he, they pronouns, and is also a transgender male. And Nondi only referred to them with she, her pronouns, and that's not very cool, is it? That's not very cool at all. Her response later was, "The transphobia claims come from a post where you use she, her pronouns while referring to them. I don't know what their gender is, and honestly, I'm confused on how misgendering someone who I left anonymous equals transphobia. Frankly, it doesn't matter since I never said who it was." Okay, but then, why did you block someone who corrected you? Why did you delete comments who were correcting you? Nondi, why would you do that? You'd think if you accidentally misgendered someone that you just correct yourself and not block the people who decide to correct it for you, right? Unless she's so mature that she decided just not to own up to her mistake, which I'm not putting that past her, seeing how she responded to criticism earlier. Now, for the final chapter of this video, Jouusta and their video. Just a little reminder, Jouusta uses she, they pronouns, so when I refer to them as they, that's who I'm talking about. To give some background, Jouusta, also known as Joe, is a respected art content creator with around 82,000 subscribers. She recently made a video addressing OwONekko. She's currently 19, just keep that in your skulls, okay? Despite Joe emphasizing not to harass Nondi, Nondi continues to stir up drama and even makes a video about Jouusta with a very inappropriate thumbnail. Nondi's actions are completely uncalled for. Dude, like what the heck? She claimed that Jouusta spread misinformation about her by saying on her thumbnail that Nondi said that AI was good, even though didn't Nondi literally say she uses it for references and uses it as a tool and thinks it's here to stay? Like what the heck, Nondi? That is true! Just because you don't say something outright doesn't mean that that's not what you said. Like, if I'm being like, if someone is like, boo, gay people are gonna burn in HE double hockey sticks, they're not outright saying I am homophobic, but they are homophobic, right? That's how it works, Nondi. And let's not forget that earlier we mentioned that Nondi is in her late 20s to early 30s. So yes, Nondi is bullying and harassing a literal teenager as a grown adult woman. What? That is just weird. That is just very strange. It's very strange. That's what I'm gonna say about it. To wrap up this video, I just want to say that this is all absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I can't lie. It's genuinely so disgusting. And I don't care if people try to come to my comments like, oh, well, it's not that disgusting. Yes, it is. It is transphobia and bullying and harassment. And she's just those, I'm not going to call her a bad person. Those are just bad actions. All right? And she's certainly not a good person. She's certainly not. It's just, oh my God, it's so gross. Joe, if you're watching this, I want to say that even though I am not Nondi, and I'm not associated with her, I want to apologize for her actions and any sort of harm that her fans or herself may have caused you. That's just really crappy and cruddy of her. It's really gross. I also want to thank you for taking the time to reply to my friend's comment on Pinterest a few months back. It really meant a lot to her. Nondi, if you're watching this, that's gross. That's really, really gross. Harassment, bullying is not okay. Now, to my audience, thank you. Have a good day, afternoon, and night, wherever you are, wherever you may be. Thank you, my audience, and have an amazing and beautiful night.